What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to give you a pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off, Fear and Greed Index is at 75. So dependent on the data that does come out today, the market will really propel the stocks higher as a result of that. But we just have to sit tight and wait because there is a lot of Fed speakers as well as the FOMC meeting minutes are coming out at 2 o'clock. And then the next 2 days, so Thursday and Friday, we are going to have two very big indicators linked to consumers. So it is going to be a roller coaster. Futures are currently red, but despite that though, you do see mining stocks pulling back and a lot of pharmaceutical companies rallying. So I'm going to go over some of those. Starting off with this, so Sigma, ticker SASI, currently up 69.66%. There was a recent 8K that was submitted. Aside from that, there is no actual PR, nothing to really justify today's rally. In that 8K though, it was more on an annual shareholder meeting where it looks like they're trying to restructure, where they want to change the name and just the whole dynamics of that. So that might be a fairly positive thing. This company isn't heavily shorted as well, so that's something to kind of consider. So right now the short interest, which is a percentage of the free float, about 2.95%. So not all that high, so just kind of trade accordingly. With right now it being at $4.86 pre-market, it is above this R3. And I'm even looking at the 1 day right now as well. So technically it might retrace back into this R3 because once again, unless there's bigger players getting into Sigma, like I don't really understand the dynamic. Maybe there is something more to that annual shareholder meeting or something else aside from all this. But with it not being heavily shorted, this might be a little bit more of an unnecessary pump, so trade accordingly. It most likely will retrace back into this R2 to the R3, but what do I know? I'm not a financial advisor. Moving on to stock number 2, some of the trending ones, NEXI DYN. So they haven't had any recent 8Ks, no PR, nothing like that. So this one is up 140.84% pre-market. Crazy stuff. And this is what they do. Also on a side note, so I'll quickly show you Sigma in case you are curious what they are all about. So you can always pause the video, read through it and whatever else. So this is NEXI DYN right here. So technically in similar nature, this company isn't heavily shorted. So only about 3.98% of the free float is being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 376.52%. So kind of interesting stuff for that. And like I mentioned, with it going up as much as it is, currently up $5.97 or at $5.97. These are some of the points to watch for. So it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So $6.69 is going to be that next strong resistance that you'll want to watch for it to get above, and vice versa if it does continue or kind of retraces down. 425 is something that you'll really want to watch for it to hold. So once again, trade accordingly. And moving on to finally stock number 3, Dyne Therapeutics, so ticker DYN, up about 49.54%. And based on this company, they did put out a 8K in combination with this right here. So they did put out news, and this is correlated just with clearly their event that was scheduled for today. And this is just them presenting the initial clinical data from Achieve and Deliver trials. And based on this news right here, it came in better than expected. So in case you haven't invested in a company such as this that does have a smaller market cap, such as 801 million, which is not the highest, not the lowest, it's okay. But based on this data, clearly, like that was phenomenal, taking it next level higher. So some things to watch for: 1941 pre-market. It is trading between this R2 to the R3. So you'll want to watch for it to retrace down. So 1745, you'll really want to watch for that to hold. Vice versa, $20.97 is going to be that next strong resistance. We haven't seen it actually break it so far pre-market, but then again, that's something to kind of consider. This stock though is kind of heavily shorted. So 24.84% of the free float is being shorted. 9.96 million shares overall are being shorted. So Shorts in turn are going to be leaving probably today, I would anticipate at least. And what I'll do is I'll get rid of all this stuff despite the stock doing fairly well, because you can kind of see just moving back over the last 1 year, it did go up 11.62%. It bounced off of this $6 range, and as you can kind of see, it was trading at 13.06 before this crazy rally. So once again, of course, you can kind of see shorts just doubled down recently. It went from about where was it? Short interest about 0.93% to where it is now 3.87. So shorts have been very hesitant about this recent rally. Also under this channel, I do cover SOFI, and that one is pulling back as well, currently down 6.84% pre-market, and that is as a result of a recent analyst rating. Not necessarily the best. So let me know your thoughts on SOFI. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of this promo. It has been extended up until January the 15th. So sign up for an account with MULN, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.